Hi, I'm Mike Szymanski, and I have multiple sclerosis, and sometimes I just don't want to get out of bed. I know a lot of people feel that way, even if they don't have MS, but it's harder for those of us who do to feel motivated to get out and get going. But you have to have something to do. You have to have something you want to do, and I do. I go to PTA meetings, and I have to walk the dogs and have some projects I want to work on. And the dogs would much rather stay in bed with me all day, I think. And I think they are. Like, there's a little seal and the other dogs. I was diagnosed in 2000 with MS, relapsing remitting MS, which is what 90% of the people who have it get. And I think if you looked at me, you wouldn't be able to tell that I have it. And that's a good thing. But I feel it, and although I haven't progressed too much in all those years, I do feel I'm progressing, and that's a hard thing. I was having trouble with my arm being numb for years, and I thought I had carpal tunnel syndrome because I typed a lot. And then I was walking on Runyon Canyon up here, up there, and with the dogs, and I hurt my foot, and I was walking for a week, and then I finally went to the doctors, and they said, "You broke your foot in 3 places. You shouldn't have been able to walk." And they sent me to a neurologist, and I had MRIs that were not conclusive because they're not always conclusive. And my neurologist said, "Well, the only way to really tell is to do a spinal tap." And I was like, "Oh God!" And he did it right there, and looked at the white blood cells in the fluid and said, "Yeah, you have multiple sclerosis." And I had it checked with other experts at UCLA, and yeah, I do. I have it. It results in my right side being numb pretty much all the time. I have to be very careful about walking upstairs. I have to, and I do fall a lot. I have to be careful about my balance. Sometimes I have neuropathy. Sometimes it seems like I slur my words. And sometimes I get this sparkling in my eye that I have to do steroids and try to change that out. Um, and I'm tired a lot. I have pain, and it's hard walking, and I get these really blinding headaches. Occasionally I have the itching. That's horrible, horrible, horrible. All itching. It feels like bugs underneath my skin. There are a lot of really strange symptoms for MS, and it's always often diagnosed as other things too. But once you get the diagnosis, it's almost kind of a relief, because all the other problems I had in my life, I was like, oh, that was because of MS. When I first got diagnosed, there were about 6 medications that you could be on, and I started off with beta-seron, which is the basic medication. It's an injection, and you give it to yourself. It's pretty simple, but I was on that a short time, and then I went on Avonex, which is a long needle that goes into your thigh, and I did that for about 7 years, and then it stopped working. Now I'm on it used to be an experimental medication, but it's Tysabri, which costs a lot of money for people who don't have it. But luckily, it's covered under my Kaiser insurance and also the Affordable Care Act, healthcare, Obamacare, I guess. And I am getting that an infusion once a month. I sit there for 5 hours and I get an infusion in my arm. And that seems to help. Along with that, I have a lot of medications. These are my daily medications that I take. Some of them are pretty crucial. Gabapentin is for pain, And if I want to stay awake during the day and stay lively, I take this Provigil or Nuvigil, and also because MS does sometimes give you high blood pressure, I have high blood pressure medication. I am because I know about it and I write about it, my neurologists and doctors know me that I write about it as the National Multiple Sclerosis Examiner, which doesn't really mean anything. I kind of get paid by the hit. But I write about a lot of the really interesting and kind of maybe crazy ideas that they have out there. Some of them I follow, some of them I'm doing, like megadosing on vitamin D. I've tried the berries, eating a pound of berries a day, and I just couldn't do it. It made me turn blue. But that's supposed to help, lots of berries. And I mean, some people put their arm in a beehive and get 10,000 bee stings, and I don't think I'm going to do that one. But I have been looked into all kinds of alternative therapies as well. It can only help, right? It is really easy to gain weight with MS, and you got to have an exercise program. I do karate, and I tried yoga. It's kind of too zen for me, but I do swim a lot when there's water in the pool, and that helps a lot of people that I know who have MS. I have talked to a lot of people who have this illness or who got first diagnosed, and the best advice I have is to keep moving, to try to keep active, and don't succumb to the tiredness and the fatigue. The other thing that I really suggest is to get on a program quickly. They told me that I could wait until the symptoms got worse and then I could get on a medication, but I really recommend that you get on a medication, whatever suits you best, the injections or the infusions or the pills now. There's pills. Get on those first. It's a prophylactic, and that sounds like a rubber, but it's not a rubber. A prophylactic medication to keep your symptoms and your illness from progressing and getting worse, because I don't want to be in a wheelchair when I start getting the medications like, Annette Funicello or somebody like that. So get diagnosed quickly and get on a medication fast, and don't wait. Don't wait to control this illness.